Hi friends, in this class we are going to discuss on a quick view of postmodernism. Postmodernism is often used as a period term by those who recover history. Foucault's notion of history as a plurality of discourse and Lyotard's concept of language games assert postmodernism as a periodizing one. Terry Eagleton criticizes postmodernism from Marxist standpoint. For Jameson, the definitive signifying practice of postmodernism is based on pastiche. Pastiche means the imitation of one style by another, but unlike parody, it does not contain irony or satire. So that bears an echo of Baudrillard's hyperreality. Besides pastiche, the key makers of postmodernism for Jameson are a depthlessness that situates meaning on the surfaces of the text, a weakened sense of historical time, a conflation of high and mass culture, a commodification of art, and a self-referentiality that makes each detail of the present into a symptom of all postmodernity. According to Patricia Wow, postmodern has three different views. We must regard postmodernism firstly as a mood or style of thought which privileges aesthetic modes over those of logic or reason. Secondly, as an aesthetic practice with an accompanying body of commentary upon it. And thirdly, as a concept designating a cultural epoch which has facilitated the rise of prominence of such theoretical and aesthetic styles which may or may not constitute a break with previous structure of modernity. Postmodernity can be studied broadly in two ways, in relation to culture and in relation to literary criticism. Culturally, postmodernism encompasses art and architecture, film and television, dance and music. It heralds a new stage in human history where electronic media has overshadowed print media. In literature, the pleasure principle of postmodernism has inevitably led to an endless mixing of genres and media and modes of aesthetic thinking and conceptual art. For example, film and literature, avant-garde and mass culture, the tragic and the comic, the sublime and the ludicrous, interior monologue and magic realism are often lumped together into a form which reflects the instinct of vita nova. Vita nova means new life. Actually, Vita Nova was a text written by Dante which was published in 1294. It is an expression of the medieval genre of courtly love in prosimetrum style, which means a combination of both prose and verse. Postmodernism has studied along with post-structuralism. Postmodernism in literary criticism is closer to deconstruction and cultural criticism. It shares with deconstruction the undesirability of text and goes along with cultural criticism, which erases the boundary between high and low culture. What postmodernist theatre, fiction, and poetry have in common the view that literary language has its own reality, not a means of representing reality. The boundary between fiction and non-fiction is blurred. Postmodernism has altered our idea of literature, art, and culture by breaking down the boundaries between high and low, good and bad, with reference to study of these and done away with literary boundaries. Igab Hassan, in his book Para-Criticisms, published in 1975, equates postmodernism with anti-elitism and anti-authoritarianism. Linda Hutcheon, in her work A Poetics of Postmodernism, views postmodernist fiction as historiographic metafiction, bringing history close to fiction. Postmodernism moves away from traditions through experimentations with new literary devices, forms, and style. As a discourse, postmodernism is a cultural phenomenon. No wonder Patricia Waugh calls the cyborg. Cyborg means a contraction of cybernetic organism, which is being with both organic and biomechatronic body parts. The term was coined in 1960 by Manfred Kleinus and Nathan S. Klein, which is another image of postmodern sublime. But like any other movement, it remained a center stage for a period of time. Then postmodern yielded place to post-colonialism. Thank you very much.